Okay, this is a video of all the constructions required for the Leaving Certificate Maths course. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is remind you that you need to be able to do the Junior Certificate constructions, so you need to revise that first. So this one's just going through the add-on to that basically. So the first one is the angle of 60 degrees, okay, with only using a compass and a pencil and a straight edge. So what we need to do here is just draw a line. Okay, so I've drawn a line here now. Just get the camera to focus there for a second. So I've drawn a line any length, okay, so with a ruler. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set the compass. I have this compass that we use for the technographics, I suppose, but it's okay, you can use your maths compass to make sure the screw is tightened on it. Alright, so what we do is once we've drawn the line, set the compass at exactly the length of that line, okay? Right, and then I'm going to do an arc like this. Okay, then I'm going to swap, don't move the compass, the setting of the compass, put the compass on the other end of the line and do a corresponding, so you get a crossover there. So mine's quite near the title there. Right? What that means is this distance here is the same as that distance there, is the same as that distance there. So if we drew a triangle, it would be an equilateral triangle. And what we know about an equilateral triangle is the angles inside are 60 degrees. So all we need to do to finish this off is draw a line here. And I know that's 60 degrees. So that's that construction done. The second construction is a tangent to a circle. So let's say we've got a circle here, that's the center, and I want to draw a tangent at this point here, okay? So we might know from the course at this stage that a tangent is just a line that touches the circle at one point. One very important bit of information about the tangent is it makes a 90-degree angle with the center of the circle. So all we need to do here is line up the center and the circle so it makes a 90-degree angle. Then we just use our parallel lines if you like. So just make sure you can draw it there. And you can extend it through then. Okay, there's a tangent to the circle. Okay, next up we have the parallelogram. Okay, so we need to be able to draw a parallelogram when we're given an angle and the length of the sides. Okay, so the example I've got here is draw a parallelogram with vertices A, B, C, D, and AB is equal to 4, AD is equal to 5, and DAB is equal to 50. So the first thing I think I'd probably advise you to do is to draw a sketch. Okay. A, B, C, D, okay. So these two lines mean the length AB is equal to 4, so that's 4 centimeters. AD, okay, AD is 5 centimeters. And the angle DAB is 50 degrees, okay. So that's the thing, I think I'd start with that one. So to start the actual construction then, we can draw maybe the base of the parallelogram. So let's draw 4 centimeters here. Okay. Then I need to get my protractor and measure the 50 degrees. So I put the okay, so this is the corner I'm looking at. Focus camera, please. Okay, so I'm looking up and going to 55. I'm doing a dot there. I'm just drawing a guideline up to the dot. Don't know the length. Well, I do know the length, but I can't draw it at the moment. Right. That's from my sketch. I know this is going to be D up here. It's going to be 5 centimeters. So I'm going to set the compass at 5 and just mark it off with an arc. Okay. So mark it off with an arc there. So now I have my first corner, if you like. Then what I'm going to do is draw a parallel line. So remember, to draw a parallel line from the junior cert course, I butt the set square, into a ruler or a straight edge with it. So I want to draw this line up here, and I'm just going to push it up to where I want it, which is just about there. I still have my compass set at 5 centimeters, so if I just mark it off here, I know that's 5 from here to there, and that's the same angle, parallelogram. So I'm done then. Make sure you show the arcs as part of your, this is the same for all constructions, make sure you show the arcs as part of your workings. Okay, that's my parallelogram. Because it said in the question, we'll just label it A, B, C, D. Okay. Next up we have the circumcenter and circumcircle of a triangle. So the method I'm going to show you here works for any triangle. Okay, circumcenter and circumcircle. So we have to recap on how to bisect a line. What we're going to do here is focus camera, is bisect two of the lines. So I'm going to bisect this one and this one maybe, and get a crossover point between the two of them. So remember, to bisect a line, we set the compass, no set distance, we set it over halfway, just over halfway. So that's just about over halfway there now. Okay. Just give you an elevated view there. Right, so I put the pin of the compass at the edge, so I'm going to bisect this line. Bisect means cut in half, don't forget. Right, so I do a little arc up here, an arc here. I don't change the setting of the compass, put it into this side of the line to cross over. Okay, I've missed mine there, so I've got to go back over here, make sure they do cross over. Okay, there you go. And we'll draw a line up. Do this as accurately as you can, okay, so make sure when you put the pin down and you go right through the middle of the crossover points. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing now for this line. I'm going to bisect this line. I'm going to set the compass over halfway. If I go too much over halfway, the arcs get a bit too far away, so I'm just going to go as close as I can to halfway, do my arcs again. It does get you do get a lot of workings from this, don't worry. As I said, you need to show your arcs. So what have I done there now? I've done that one. Yeah. Need to get a crossover point there as well. Okay, so I have a crossover point here and a crossover point there. I'm going to draw a line between them. And where these lines join is called the circumcenter. Okay? So this is the circumcenter of the triangle, which also, what's going to happen now is the circumcircle is a circle that, if we've done this correctly, it should go through the 3 corners of the triangle. Okay? So I'm going to put my pin at exactly the point they crossed over. I'm going to set the compass at any of the corners. Okay, so I'm setting it at this corner here. I'm just going to go for it. Okay, and if we draw a circle, okay, let me just carry on there. Sorry, it slipped. You see, it goes through the 3 corners. Right. There is an application to this. Right. So the application to this is, if I have 3 points, let's say 3 points here, and I say there's a circle. These are 3 points in a circle. If I join this, bisect it, join this, bisect it, This gives me the centre of the circle, and I can join the circle, okay? So it gives us a way of finding a circle, the centre of the circle given 3 points in the circle. You might remember that from coordinate geometry of the circle. It also means that this point here is the same distance. So if you've got 3 towns maybe, and you want to build a hospital in the middle of the 3 towns, circle and centre will give you a perfect location for that. It's equidistance from 3 points. Okay. Next one is in centre or in circle. So again, this works with any triangle. What we're doing this time is bisecting the angle. Okay, so you need to know this from junior cert again. So if we're bisecting 2 angles, we're going to get a crossover point, and we're going to go from there, right? So for this angle, I set the compass at something like this, no set distance. I don't move it as I bisect the angle. So I cut the corner like that, and I move it along, don't change the setting of the compass. And I create 2 arcs like that from the point it cut there, and I'm going to move it here as well, and get an overlap or crossover on the arcs. That's bisected one angle. Right, so as I said, just back from junior cert constructions, I'm going to do the same for any other angle. So I'm going to choose this corner. So I'm going to create an arc where it cuts. Don't change the setting of the compass. As I said, as accurately as you can, so make sure you get it right on the crossover point. Okay. This point is called the in-centre of the circle. Okay, what we do then, we get our set square, we put the 90 degrees in line with the bottom, the baseline. Okay, and line it up. No, that's not exactly lined up. Draw a line down. Okay, this line is going to be the radius of the circle. This time we're going to get a circle that fits perfectly inside. Okay, so that's the radius of the circle. Right, so we should get if we've done this correctly, we should get a circle that fits just inside the triangle. Okay. Oh. Okay, mine's slightly off there, right? And this is an important point. I'm going to look at this, and I didn't do this on purpose, by the way, but I'm just going to highlight something to you. You see how my line here is not perfectly into the corner, right? And I maybe didn't go through exactly through the crossover there, so a small margin of error at this point and that point causes this overlap. If we do 100% correct, we should just be touching there and there, okay? What does this tell us about? Well, the in-centre, the application of this is, if I have 3 roads, for example, this will give me an equidistance, or the furthest point away from the 3 roads is at 90 degrees to all 3 of them. Okay. Next construction is the centroid. Right. So again, here we're going to bisect the lines. So I'm going to choose 2 sides, set the compass over halfway. It's about over halfway there. Okay. 2 arcs. Right. And this time I'm just going to make a mark here. I don't have to draw the line, I don't need crossover points, and I'll explain why in a second. I'm going to do the other side now. I can choose which side I want to do, by the way. I'm going to do this one now. So that's the same setting there, so okay. Swap it over. I've got my crossover points, and I'm doing a mark there. So what we do this time is, you see the first mark I've done? I'm going to draw a line from here to the opposite corner. I do the second mark, so the midway point of that line to the opposite corner. And the crossover, if you did it here as well for that side, it should cross over at the same point. The crossover point is called the centroid. Application of that is the centroid gives you the centre of gravity between 3 points. Really, if you had a tray, a triangular tray, and you use it, that's what it'll give you. So the last construction is just for the high level course, right? So if you're just doing the order level course, you don't necessarily need to know this one. It's quite a straightforward one. The orthocenter, what we do is we look at the opposite side, we link the opposite side with the corresponding corner, flew 90 degrees. So I'll slide my set square, make sure it's perfectly in line here. Okay, 90 degrees. I do the same for the 3 sides. Okay, so let's do it for the base here. Okay, it would work out the same. Let's show it does. Okay, for the other one. If I line that up, you get the same crossover point. Okay. So that's called the orthocenter. And that's it. That's the leave insert constructions from the maths course.